Hey guys, welcome again to my YouTube channel. My name is Chidima Olo, as you all know by now, hopefully. Okay, so straight up into it. I don't like to waste time, just go straight to why we're here. So the last time I promised that I was going to tell you, my step-by-step process into pre-registration optometry in the UK. And by now, if you're just hearing pre-reg for the first time, you should probably go back to my last video to find out what I said about that. Today, I'm just going to be talking straight up about the documents I had to submit first before, going on to the next phase, onto the next stage rather. So basically, I talked about in my last video why I decided to go into pre-reg. So why I decided to practice, I decided to go ahead to practice in the UK. So it's there in my last video. So today I'm just going to tell you straight up all the documents, right? The first document I had to, in no particular order, because I had to submit all of them together. I had to get each and every one of them all together, and I put them all together and I submitted them. So I'm just going to mention the documents I actually got. So the first one is your application form. Basically, the application form looks something like this. I hope you can see it. It looks something like this. It's about 17 pages. So they sent it to my mail and I had to print them all out, and I used my pen to fill it. So the first thing you're going to fill, of course, is this application form. You fill everything. Then the next document you're also going to put together alongside this is your passport photo page. Your passport photo page is basically your international passport. At first, I did think that it was my picture because I went ahead and submitted my picture. So they asked me to send my passport photo page. So of course, there was no other identification if not my international passport. And so when I submitted it, they did not talk about it again. So they just took it. So instead of going ahead to submit your picture, your passport photo, take your international passport, scan it, or basically photocopy it maybe in just that original color. Then you can now scan it to them. But this document must be certified by whoever it is that you meet to certify your documents. I'll get to that later. Then the next one is qualification certificates and transcripts. So my qualification certificates, I had to get my degree certificate, which is basically like that certificate that you get, the certificate that you get after your statement of result, like when you're done with school and you've done all your clearance. I don't know if that happens for other people in other countries, but I'm just talking about if you're in Nigeria and you want to work work as an optometrist in UK. This is the process. So you get when you finish with school and you do your clearance, you're going to get your statement of result, and after that, few weeks after, your degree certificate becomes ready. Basically, a lot of people don't even know that they get to have degree certificates. I honestly didn't know that there was an extra certificate I was meant to get. So when they asked for my degree certificate, I had to go back to school, and I just realized, oh yeah, they actually told me, and I forgot that I was meant to get my degree certificate. So you get your degree certificate to show that you finished university and you studied, of course, optometry as well. And also you have to get your license, your current license, like the current license you have for whatever year that you decide to apply. So we are in 2021, so basically your 2021 license, you have to get it, and alongside everything, what's that again, please let me get that right, the certificate of full registration. There's something about, so basically everything that they give to you that is all part of your license. Just carry it like that and scan it to them. Then the next one you're going to get is your original transcript, your official transcript rather. I at first submitted my unofficial transcript. Unofficial is the one that the school doesn't get to stamp it. So I just had that, basically from school and all that stuff. But they're going to be asking for your official transcript. So the one that is signed by the school, do you understand? Like very official. Basically those ones that they have to send across and all that stuff. So find a way to get it because you're going to be scanning it to them as well. Then the next one you're going to have to get is your employment reference. So your employment reference is, they actually said must have practiced at least 1 year in 10 years, in the last 10 years. So basically, if you, in the last 10 years, you must have at least practiced 1 year. That's what it means. So out of all those places you've practiced, you have to get more like an attestation letter from your workplace to show that maybe you worked there or you're currently working there. So something to actually show that yes, you actually worked or you are working currently. So if you're getting it, I would advise you get something current, right? I mean, there's no big deal, but just get something current. Yeah, so that's just the thing. Then I submitted one, but maybe you can submit two if you've worked in so many places. So I just submitted one. Then you have to get your certificate of current professional status, and I feel like particularly it is your letter of good standing. So you have to get a letter from the board of optometry here in Nigeria. They actually give certificate of they actually give letter of good standing when you apply for it. You just pay some amount like 20k, and then I don't know how much it is now, but 20k as when I paid. You pay to the board and they send you your certificate of they send you your, why am I making that mistake? They send you your letter of good standing. So basically it should not be more than 3 months old. It has to have your registration status. It has to have your qualification specified, like your qualification has to be specified in application as fully accepted to practice in the country, and any disciplinary actions that may have been taken against you has to also be stated. But basically, I mean, you don't even need to tell them what to write. They already know what to write, and it just already includes all these things. So just tell them you want a letter of good standing, provided that you are okay with the board. Then they're going to give it to you. You're going to have to get your IELTS as well. And the first thing you have to know is that it has to be academic. It has to be academic IELTS, not general, okay? And it has to be valid. And what makes it valid is as long as it hasn't expired. That's what I'm trying to say. It expires within 2 years. It expires after 2 years, rather. So after 2 years of writing your IELTS, it's going to expire and you're not going to need it anymore. So you have to make sure that whenever you want to apply for this pre-reg or this, apply to be a pre-registration optometrist in the UK, you have to be sure that you want to start. And before you write it, you have to be sure that you really want to start doing it, so that you don't do your IELTS and then it just expires. And then the next thing you're going to also have to know is that the minimum requirements for this IELTS is an overall of 7. You have to have, your speaking has to be a minimum of 7, your listening has to be a minimum of 6, your reading has to be a minimum of 6, and your writing has to be a minimum of 6. Trust me, my IELTS was really crazy. I won't even lie. It was such an experience for me. And I'm probably going to make another video, a whole different video concerning my experience with IELTS. But what I'm just going to tell you is, even if you don't get it in one sitting, don't be scared. Don't be frustrated. Don't give up. Okay, just do it again. A lot of people get to write it like 5 times before they actually get theirs. So you could be lucky, you would just write it once and then that's it. So but whatever be the case, even if you don't get it once, try and apply to write again. Okay, now the next one you're going to have to get is your course syllabus. The syllabus you used when you were in school. You're going to get everything, and basically all you just need to do is get the one that you you had probably, or maybe take from someone who had, in school, photocopy it and scan it to them. That's just all. Like, the syllabus that actually has all the courses that you did from year 1 to final year to the 6th year, and also has the description of those courses. So just photocopy everything and scan to them. Those are like all the documents you need to get. Now, so the next step after you have gotten all these things is to scan them, like I said. Okay, is to actually certify these documents. So when you get these documents and you want to certify them, there are actually a number of people who are permitted to certify your documents. And of course, if you read through their website, you're going to see all those people. Now, what I did for mine, I went to the chief optometrist that I was working with at the time when I did my internship, and I told him, and he certified the documents. So all you need to do is get all your original documents and have the certifier of your documents look through them, and then write on your photocopied documents that I think there's a way it's meant to be written: certified to be a true copy of the original seen by me. Then the person has to sign and write the date, and then write their name under it, put their occupation, their address, and their telephone number. Now, if the person is an optometrist, the person can also add their board number, right? So their professional, I think, what was that again? Their license number, something like that. So that's just all. Now, one thing I also want you to understand is, assuming that this is one of your documents, most of the time they always write almost to the down of this paper, and there won't be enough space for you to write all those certified to be a true copy kind of thing. What you need to do is photocopy that document, and then to the back of that photocopied document, write all those things, and also scan this certified area, the place where the person had to sign. You have to like photocopy it and you scan it to them. Do you understand? Just basically scan that signed document to them as well. So that's just all that needs to be done about that. Now, when you put all these documents together, okay, like I said, let me also tell you once again the documents that you're going to certify. I certified my passport photo page, my international passport photo page. I certified my license documents, all my license documents, my transcript, I certified it as well. My IELTS, of course, it's actually original, but I just did it. I just certified it and I submitted. Of course, it's basically going to be written on the photocopied documents. Please do not write on your original documents. Don't write anything about certified to be a true copy on the original document. All the things that you're going to write, please write them on the photocopied documents. That is it. Now, the next thing I certified was my IELTS. So the course syllabus is already from school, so you don't need to do all of that. So I just basically scanned everything and I sent it to them. Now, when you're done sending this document to their email, after a few days, maybe like 1 week, they're going to respond, showing that yes, they've gotten your mail, and they're going to respond also with a PayPal invoice of £125. And this PayPal invoice is what you're going to pay for the scrutiny of those documents you already submitted. That's the first thing that's going to happen. So when you pay the £125, they would send you a PayPal. When you pay the £125, they will do the scrutiny. And once they're done, within 1 week, they will reply you with the next PayPal invoice, or they will tell you to get some other documents, because during that stage, it's just about trying to know if you've gotten all the required documents for the process. So if they check and it's okay, then you move to the next stage. But if there are other things that you need to get, like mine, they had to tell me to get my degree certificate. They told me to get my official transcript, because at the time I sent my unofficial to them, and also at the time I also sent my statement of result to them as well. So when they replied me, they told me to get those documents. And when I now finally got the documents, we moved on to the next stage. I mean, I didn't get my IELTS the first time. So that's seriously a topic for another day. Please let me know if you're interested in my IELTS story, and I'll tell you everything that happened. It's such a long story. If I tell you about my IELTS right now, like, it's going to take a whole lot of time. So then when all your documents are actually ready, when they've scrutinized and they're okay, they will send you a PayPal invoice of £450 and tell you that when you make the payment, they will send your documents to the assessors for assessment. So when you pay your £450, then that's when they will move it to the assessors. They will let you know also on the day that they moved it to the assessors, so you also know this is when it actually was moved. Now from that day, they'll tell you that give it 4 months before you get, for them to assess your documents and all those things. But trust me, it doesn't actually get to stay as long as 4 months, right? Mine took about 2 months. And after that, they sent me PayPal invoice of £200 telling me that we have that the next stage is the interview stage, where I have to prepare I have to pick a date and time for my interview. So yeah, that was just basically what happened. And a lot of times you're going to have enough time to prepare for the interview. It's really not a big deal. It's not a big deal, trust me. Take it from me, it's not such a big deal. But anyways, it's the interview stage is going to be a whole different video for it, and I'm going to also put you through all of that. I will tell you about my questions and what I did, how I prepared for the interview, and every other thing that also followed after that. So basically, this is everything that you need to get before you can move on to the very next stage, and then the next stage, and the next stage. So trust me, like I said, I got you on this, and I'm going to do my best to make it as detailed as possible. But however, if you do have more questions, please leave them in the comment section, and I will look at them and I will answer them. Okay? And also, basically, if there's anything else you would want me to make a video about, please also let me know, so I can, make a video and answer your questions and tell you what you need to know. Yeah, so this is it. This is everything about the various stages. It's not such a complicated stage. It's not such a complicated thing. It's just a very straightforward thing. As long as you have your money ready, like, it just goes really fast, because they're so disciplined, and everything really goes so smooth when you're working with them. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching my video. I'll see you again in the next video, where I'll be talking about the interview and everything about the interview. So if you please do like and subscribe to my channel if you want to get more of this, more of this kind of talks, and basically everything, get to know what's up with me and everything about my life. Please do subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Take care. Bye.